I'm Jennifer from the Somerset County Family Community Health Science Department, and we're here in the kitchen continuing our meal planning and meal prep ideas this month. We're going to make overnight oats. It's the easiest way to have a healthy breakfast for the whole week. You can make different kinds, you can make different sizes for your flavor preferences in your family, but what you want to do really is start with a mason jar. This is a 6-ounce mason jar. If you don't have mason jars, you can recycle jars that you have at home from olives and jams and salsa. Just wash out those bottles and reuse those. So I have my mason jar here, and we're going to, the recipe is super easy. Basically, it's equal amount of milk and your oats. And we're gonna add in yogurt, and we're gonna add in a little sweetener, and we're gonna add in a little boost of fiber, omega, and protein, depending on your choice, with chia seeds, protein powder, or flaxseed. And then you could have toppings. So the possibilities are endless on the flavors. So the milk that I'm using today, actually it's a combination almond coconut milk. I just love it because it's just a really nice flavor. You can definitely use whole milk, oat milk if you like. The milk does not matter. So we're just gonna use a half a cup. Okay, and then I'm gonna do equal amounts of old-fashioned oats. And I prefer using the old-fashioned oats because if you use the quick oats, it might get really mushy. The old-fashioned oats, it's gonna just blend with the liquid overnight and just make this nice, really creamy texture. So we're gonna take a half a cup. When I made my touch baths, it kind of went everywhere because the jar was so small. So if you want to be neat in your kitchen, just grab a funnel. Okay, so let's see how the funnel works. It might be clogged. No, all right, it'll help. All right. Just be very careful because I made a mess making them. All right, there we go. So we have a half a cup of milk, a half a cup of oats to start with. All right, then we're going to add 1/3 cup of Greek yogurt. Again, the Greek yogurt is going to be a boost of protein. You're going to get a really creamy flavor from it. So just add that in. Okay, you might want to just stir it up a little bit. Okay, now for our extra nutrition boost. Today, I'm using chia seeds. Now, if you've never used chia seeds, you've probably heard about the nutritional value in them. They're little black seeds that have white on them, and they are packed with nutrients, all right? They are the edible seeds from a flowering mint plant grown in Mexico, and they have a lot of fiber. They have a lot of antioxidants. They have protein, omegas. They have a lot of minerals like iron and calcium and magnesium. So they're really beneficial for us. So I'm gonna use these today. I'm just going to put 1 tablespoon of the chia seeds in. If you don't have chia seeds, you can do 1 tablespoon of protein powder to give it that extra boost of protein. You can even use flaxseed meal. I love that because that is high in omegas and a good source of fiber as well. So we just want to boost. We want to start our day with good nutrition so that we have energy throughout our day. So you never want to skip breakfast. So if you're not a person that has time for breakfast, you're gonna love these overnight oats because you can actually grab and go out the door and then even eat it when you get to work. Okay, and then we're gonna add a little sweetness. I like to use a drop of organic 100% maple syrup. You can use honey as a sweetener, just a little bit, just to sweeten it up. Okay, and that's the basic recipe. Now, if you want to do, say, apple pie because we're in fall, okay, you can add a teaspoon of cinnamon to this, add some pecans or walnuts, and then you just close up your jar, right? Shake it up good. See how easy it is? Just shake it up and leave it in your fridge overnight. When you're ready to eat it, then you chop up some apples and sprinkle a little bit more cinnamon and nuts on top, and then you have your apple pie. Because you don't want to pre-slice the apple pie, they get, the apples get oxidated, right? If you're a pumpkin person for fall and you like the pumpkin spice, instead of adding the teaspoon of cinnamon, add a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice to that, and you'll have your pumpkin spice overnight oats. Halloween is coming up, right? One of my favorites, my mom's favorite, is those Almond Joy candies, the chocolate, the almond, the coconut. You can have that flavor in your overnight oats by adding a tablespoon of shredded coconut, some almonds, and then the chocolate. You can use mini chocolate chips, but if you really want to pack that nutrition in your overnight oats, go for cacao nibs. The darker the chocolate, that's where you're going to get the antioxidants, and all of the nutrition. So you can add that chocolate in right then and then sprinkle a little extra on top when you're ready to eat it. Peanut butter and jelly. Kids love peanut butter and jelly. Why not have an overnight oats of the peanut butter and jelly flavor? You could use a dollop of natural peanut butter when you're making this, but it is very clumpy. So what works best is finding peanut butter powder. I love to put them into my smoothies and shakes. You would just do 1 tablespoon of peanut butter powder instead of using the chia seeds, the flax seeds, or the protein powder. That will give it nice flavor. You can chop up some peanuts to put on top, and your sweetener, instead of using the maple syrup, use 1 tablespoon of strawberry jam and shake that up. You got a peanut butter and jelly overnight oats. Another sweet one is carrot cake. All right, if you watch our videos from the past, I had made carrot cake energy balls for one of my live videos. You can do a carrot cake overnight oats. You can put 1/4 of a cup of finely chopped, get that finely chopped carrot in there, and then add some shredded coconut and some walnuts on top. So the flavors are endless. If you have a favorite flavor combination, put it in our comments. Let me know what your favorite overnight oats are. I love adding blueberries. They're fantastic. You can keep blueberries frozen in your refrigerator. I like to keep little Ziploc bags about this size of blueberries in there for smoothies, for the oats, for pancakes. That makes meal planning great, so that you always have that fresh produce in your freezer. Just put your berries in the Ziploc bag and freeze them up. So berries, raspberries, that all makes a great topping on your overnight oats as well. So I will put that basic recipe in the comments, but it's basically equal amounts. I used 1/2 cup of milk, 1/2 cup of oats, and 1/3 cup of Greek yogurt with a tablespoon of your added nutrients and a dollop of a splash of syrup I use for my sweetener. And I have coconut here that we're gonna top, and blueberries. So have a wonderful weekend. Let us know if you try this, and start your day fueling your body right. Have a great weekend.